You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is the case of Hooks versus Payne.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Good day. Mr. Hooks, you say for 3 long years the defendant, Miss Payne, has been falsely accusing you of fathering her 3-year-old daughter, Nevaeh.
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
believe today's results will finally free you from her allegations. Ms. Hooks, you say your son is being taken advantage of by a gold digger who is 27 years his junior.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Payne, you say Mr. Hooks is Nevaeh's father, and today you intend to prove it to him and his mommy.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Hooks, why do you believe your son is being taken advantage of? Explain to the court.
She is a gold digger. I don't believe that he is the father of her child because she lies. She cannot be trusted.
So you believe she's after your son for his money, a gold digger?
Yes.
And what money do you have, Mr. Hooks? Just asking.
I'm struggling, Your Honor. I don't have no money. I don't have no money.
But what you thought, you're saying you thought, she probably thought since you were an older man and more established, it would be somebody that could take care of her.
Yes.
Because you ain't a gold digger if you ain't got no gold. So, Miss Payne, I see that this is really bothering you. What are you feeling in this moment? I can see in your eyes.
Speak up. You had all that to say to me. Don't get quiet. Come on. What is it?
Yes, talk your piece. You accuse my son of being the father of your child, and I know he's not the father of your child. Your child don't look nothing like my son. Nothing like my son. My son had 5 children, and they all look like him, and they got some of me and my 5 grandchildren.
Miss Payne, look at me. Look at me. I do this every day in and day out. This is what I do. When a young woman stands before me and shuts down like this, that says to me that you have doubt. Do you have doubt? If you do, this is where you just be honest.
No.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you, honey. But I'm gonna move on. We just taking the long way to the truth, but you better believe it, baby. We gonna get there. We can take the long way if you want, and I'll just be on this journey with you. How'd you meet Mr. Hooks?
Well, Your Honor, I met her in Philadelphia on June in 2014. I was driving and I was going to a deli store, and I happened to see her on the corner, like sipping on a margarita. So I started to talking to her. I was like, "Why you out here by yourself sipping on that?" And she was like, she with her boyfriend. I said, "He's okay seeing you talking to me?" She told me that she just got into a fight, an argument with her boyfriend, another man. So I said, "Well, you want to come take a ride with me?" So.
Right in front of her boyfriend?
Yes.
You said you want to take a ride with me?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
She got in the car and we just took off. We went to my house.
So you get to your house and what happens?
She was still a little tipsy. So, I was talking to her and one thing led to another.
So wait, you were at the store,
Yes.
met Ms. Payne, said you want to take a ride with me. You all went to your house and you had sex?
Yes.
That
Your
day?
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Protected sex?
Unprotected.
What are y'all up here doing? Unprotected sex with a girl from the store.
Yes.
Miss Payne, is this true? Is this how you and Mr. Hooks met?
Yes, Your Honor.
So did this turn into a relationship after this? You have this one day, was it a one-night stand, or did you see each other again?
No, he let me move in with him the next day, so we was together.
Oh, Lord. So you meet him at the store, you have sex with him at his house, and then he says you can move in with him.
Yes.
Was that because what, y'all thought y'all was so in love after the sex?
That's what she thought, Your Honor.
Well, you let her move in. So what's the point?
I let her stay with me. I mean, it wasn't actually just move in.
You told her she could stay with you.
No, he took me to my boyfriend's house to go pick up all my belongings, and he took me back to his house.
So you said to yourself, if he's letting me move in and stay here, he must really want a relationship with me.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you went and you lived with him.
Yes.
For how long?
From like June to the beginning of September.
Okay, so that's what, June, July, August, about 4 months. You lived with him. During that time, were you all functioning like you were in a relationship?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's not true, Your Honor. That's not true. It was only like 2 months and a half. I left, I broke up with her. I broke up with her to went back with my ex.
So you brought her in to only throw her out 2.5 months later.
Not really. It just, I
So
went back.
how'd you find out she was pregnant?
I ran to her like maybe a month later, and she tells me her friend and her was walking, and I seen them, and she told me that she was pregnant, like 3 months pregnant.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. So when you told him, what was his reaction?
He was happy.
What was his reaction? What did he say?
I was not, Your Honor.
Oh, well, that's my baby. Because we.
I did not, Your Honor. No, I did not. I said I want to take a DNA test. And we went to take the DNA test. Oh, not the DNA test, the pregnancy test. And it said it was, how you say that?
Negative.
Yeah, negative. It was negative.
That was before we broke up, though.
Wait a minute. You said the test was negative?
Yes. Yes.
So you took a pregnancy test before the breakup, and it was negative.
Yes. And then like.
Then, after the breakup, she sees you on the street and says, I'm pregnant and it's yours.
Yes.
So immediately you have doubt. Because
Yes.
you say we took a pregnancy test before we broke up.
And she went back with another man, the same man that I seen she said she was with, that she had an argument before, before me.
Then you went back to your other boyfriend, Miss Payne?
Yes, but I was already pregnant.
Did you tell the other boyfriend you were pregnant by him?
Yes, Your Honor.
There you go, Your Honor. So how am I the father then, Your Honor?
Did he believe he was the father?
No,
Yes, he did, because you told me.
Who was with you when Nevaeh was born?
my ex. And he signed her birth certificate.
And he signed her birth certificate.
So how am I the father, Your Honor?
Yes, that's what I like to know.
So you submitted Nevaeh's birth certificate to the court, and under her name, there is a father's name. We blurred it out. But that's your ex's name.
Yes, Your Honor.
So that tells you I'm not the father.
No, that don't tell me nothing. You know what that tells me?
Yes.
Tells me you ain't got no business going out with a young girl that's not even mature enough to come in this courtroom and testify, not for her 3-week-old child, her 3-year-old child. Can't put two sentences together.
Can't be trusted.
And I'm not gonna let you off the hook. You know why? Because you're a mother. And mothers, we don't ever get let off the hook. And every mother in here better say amen. Amen. Who did you tell her daddy is?
Alfonso.
You tell her that Mr. Hooks is her father?
Yes.
Because she's old enough now where she want to know, because other kids know their dad. So who's my dad? Where's daddy? And you say it's Mr. Hooks.
Yes.
Mr. Hooks, do you have a relationship with Nevaeh?
Yes, Your Honor.
You do.
Yes.
So you formed a relationship with her even though you didn't believe she was yours.
Yes, Your Honor.
And why is that?
It's because
He's that type of man. He's that type of man. He will look out for a child and love a child. He's just that type of person. And he has a relationship with her.
So, Miss Payne, what kind of relationship does your ex have with Nevaeh?
He don't have a relationship. He haven't seen her since she was a baby.
that's not true, Your Honor. He had a relationship at the beginning, like maybe 2 years, because she was still seeing him. She was seeing me too. She was like off and on. When she get mad at him, she'll come like talk to me
That's
or be
not
with
true.
me.
So you all actually got back together where you said we're gonna work this out and raise Nevaeh together?
Yeah, on and off. when we was on good terms.
What kind of mess is this?
Messy. Very.
Just about raggedy. You know, I can't stand some raggedy stuff. It is just raggedy. And you know what, Miss Payne? How many children you have? Just Nevaeh?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. Okay, so you are a young mother who don't know what she's doing. You're not the first, you won't be the last, but sometimes you just gotta be honest. Because this is all over the place. When you're ready to tell the truth, I'm ready to hear it.
Honest, she don't know
Because the
herself.
plaintiffs lie, sometimes the defendants lie, but the DNA never lies. And I can see plain as day, you're lying. You're not testifying to the whole truth.
Judge, well, we will find out today. It's my son is the father of her child. We will know today. Because I do want to know. And
What
he
are you
wants to know
hoping
too.
for? You want to know, but what are you hoping for? Have you come to love this baby? I mean, she's gorgeous.
I'm hoping that that my son is the father.
You
Because
are?
I'm hoping, yes, because he has a bond with the little girl. He really do. So I'm hoping that he is the father.
Mr. Hooks, what are you hoping for?
I like her. I like Nevaeh, but sometimes I don't want her to be my the daughter. I don't want her because of the mother.
Well, since everybody's talking about what they're hoping for, I'm going to talk about what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping, Mr. Hooks, that after this situation is resolved, that you'll stop sniffing up behind young girls. And this is the problem about meeting somebody at the store for 5 minutes, inviting them into your car, taking them back to your house, and having unprotected sex with them. It leads to this. It leads to the point you could potentially have a child by a young woman who's just 5 years away from being a child. You have other things you could be doing with your time and with your life.
Yes.
And with your anatomy.
Yeah.
I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this frustration, you brought this on yourself.
Yes.
Because you knew, she told you from the get-go, she had just had an argument with the boyfriend and was there. So you knew she was vulnerable in that moment. And I knew once you said you want to go for a ride, I said, here we go.
Yes.
We on a ride, all right.
Yeah.
And drove yourself straight to paternity court.
Yeah.
So we don't feel badly for you, Miss Payne, and I'm hoping for you that Nevaeh will help you grow up and really get yourself together. I'm concerned about you. I'm tough on young women like yourself because I can see right now you don't have anybody in your life that challenges you, empowers you, and makes you be accountable for the things that you're doing. You just all over the place. And what I hope is at some point you decide that honesty is a better policy. Jerome, I'm ready for the results. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Hooks versus Payne, when it comes to 3-year-old Nevaeh, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Hooks, you are the father. I see your relief. You can smile, and you can smile, and you can also say it now. If you'd like to be honest. You can just say, I didn't know. I'm glad you are the father, but I didn't know. And it's okay to be honest.
Okay, I didn't know.
I'm glad
Upset.
he's the father, Your Honor. I am. I'm glad because he got a good relationship with her. So
Miss
I'm
Payne,
happy.
look at me. Look at me and say it again.
I didn't know.
That's the truth. I knew you didn't know the whole case. And quite frankly, once Miss Hooks said she really wanted Nevaeh to be her grandchild and they hoped they knew, honestly, when I look at a young girl like you just out here flailing in the wind, I was in my mind hoping, Lord, let Miss Hooks be this baby's grandmother because she needs somebody. You know what I want you to do with Dr. Jeff? I want you to go back there and talk to him about how to begin to co-parent with Mr. Hooks, but I also want you to talk to him about your dreams for your life, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because the best way you can give Nevaeh the thought that she can be anything she wants to be is if you do the same. We clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I wish you all the very best. Court is adjourned.